The next generation Volkswagen Tiguan won't arrive in the United States until the summer of 2017. That's over a year from now, despite the new Tig's unveiling at the Frankfurt Motor Show in September 2015. Europeans will be able to pick up their new Tiguans in April of this year. So in an effort to show us some of what's in store for this important new model, Volkswagen flew us to Arvidsjaur, Sweden for a closer look at the totally new Tiguan. $10 says you probably can't pick out Arvidsjaur on a map. But if you're a car buff and autoblog reader, you've undoubtedly seen pictures of this place without even knowing it. All those spy shots of European test mules and prototypes in the snow? Most of them are from in and around Arvidsjaur. Many car companies have winter driving schools up here, Volkswagen included. So despite the bitterly cold temperatures, this tiny town in northern Sweden is a hotbed for wintertime development. And since a big feature of the new Tiguan is its improved 4-motion all-wheel drive system with an active control function, what better place to get a sense of its snow prowess than the very place where these systems are developed. Now, because the US spec Tiguan is so far away, the car we drove is extremely dissimilar to the final product that will end up on our shores. So rather than just tell you what the not-for-US Tiguan is like to drive, we're instead bringing you some details of what to expect for our upcoming new model, with the snowy roads of Sweden as a backdrop and some Eurospec impressions spliced in. It may be over a year away, but we've got a good idea of what to expect for America's next Tiguan. Our version will be longer, with an optional third row of seats. Like the looks of the Tiguan pictured here? Well, don't get too attached. The US spec model will be longer, riding on a stretched wheelbase. Final dimensions are still being confirmed. Volkswagen isn't just making our Tiguan longer for no good reason. In an effort to maximize versatility and functionality, the Tiguan will be offered with 3 rows of seats in the US. That said, way back seating will be an option, so if you'd rather just have a Tiguan with a huge cargo area, Volkswagen will happily sell you one. Eurospec Tiguans offer 58.5 cubic feet of space with the rear seats folded, and the US market car will be even more capacious. The long wheelbase, 3-row model will be sold in Europe along the shorter, 5-passenger model you see here. Plus, the car pictured here has the European off-road front-end treatment, something we won't be getting in the States. Instead, expect our Tiguan to have a more squared-off fascia appearance, similar to what we saw in Frankfurt last year. As for the possibility of getting either the short wheelbase Tiguan or its rugged front fascia in the States, Volkswagen says neither is likely. There's a new 4-motion active control system. 4-motion all-wheel drive isn't new, but it gets a few new tricks in the Tiguan. Since it rides on the same versatile MQB architecture as the Golf, the Tiguan gets the same 5th-generation, multi-plate clutched Haldex system as the Golf R. This means when all-wheel drive power isn't needed, the rear axle can be decoupled for better efficiency. But that's old news in Volkswagen's world. What's brand new for the Tiguan is something called 4-motion active control, with a rotary dial on the center console, just behind the gear lever, that lets